Howdy YouTube. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get to you last week, and I apologize for that. Work for me has been kind of steady, if you will. And so, because of that, I owe you all not one, but 2 movies. And we're going to touch up on the first one. So, this week's TTW is going to be Work Really Does Pay Off. So, without further ado, but before we get to that, I'm going to go ahead and say hello to my new subscribers. Thank y'all for joining me. My subscribers already know this whole idea. Basically, what I do week to week is I basically lift up their spirits and give them something to think about. Make their life a little bit easier, and hopefully, make the world a better place. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and kick it off. So, this week is Work Really Does Pay Off. Working hard really does pay off, and I'll tell you why. If you look around you, you got houses, okay? You got cars, you got food, you got a bunch of commerce coming in, products and goods and all that. But how does it get there? Okay? In order for houses to get built, the guy's got to bring out his tools. He's got to crack down. He or she has got to crack down, come up with a plan, put it together, and get it up right. Now, if he works really hard, not only can he get his paycheck, but he'll get his paycheck knowing that you not only got your house, but you got your house in a mind that it not only went up in a particular time frame that he thought it was going to be coming in, but it went up quicker. And you know why? Because he worked really hard for it. Alright? Same with, products and goods. How does it get there? Alright? For those of you who don't know, anything you consume, use, or see, but regards to nature, that's a whole different story. Okay? Whatever you believe in. Okay? But with regards to nature, okay, that's man-made. I'm sorry, that's science-made, okay? Somehow science done put it together and created it, and it just came out and about, okay? But man-made stuff, believe it or not, came to us on a truck, okay? Some truck driver, male, female, guy, woman, however you want to do it, combination of the two, because they are among us. Don't forget about that. You can't judge nobody. Remember? Remember that other video? Don't judge nobody? The same rule applies. But anyway, so the way that this is going to happen is he or she gets in the truck, okay, turns the ignition on, checks all of his stuff out, make sure it's all fine and good, and if everything checks out to be okay, then he go ahead and put the truck in drive, and he goes from point A to point B. Now, instead of taking his leisurely time, he hustles, and he hustles, and he hustles, and he hustles, and he hustles. Okay? The school kid's getting out of school. And he gets there. And then he drops off his load, and the load gets pulled off the truck, and the equipment's there. Okay? Now, what happens if he didn't work hard? He'd probably stop to get something, for himself. He would probably take his sweet old time, taking roads that were all full of traffic, A load that was supposed to get there by 5 o'clock in the evening didn't get there till the 4 or 5 days later. I mean, you name it. But he hustled, and he busted his butt to get you your stuff. Okay? Yeah, he's making his paycheck, but, he also did it knowing that it needed to be there at a particular time. And it wasn't because that's what it was. I mean, granted, that's his job. But he's the whole backbone to our whole society. Okay? If he don't get that load on time, it can't go right. You can't go to the store and pick out something. You can't go to the grocery store and pick out some food. You can't get your house built. You can't get the car on the road. Because, yeah, it may be built at the factory, but you know what, y'all? That car ain't going to be driven to that point. It's going to be loaded on a truck bed to save your tires, your wear, your mileage, all that good stuff. Make it brand spanking new and get it to the sales parking lot, and you go out and you look at it and you say, I like that car, that one right there. And you go, that's awesome. And after that, you know, he just gets his truck and he takes it back to wherever he's got to go. He goes and picks up another load, and he keeps on driving, and he don't stop. Why? Because he's working hard to keep America moving. Okay? It's the same thing when you're at work. When you're at work and you're told to do something, you know, don't stop thinking that I don't make a difference, because you know what? You do. If you're at the front checkouts, people can't walk away with their stuff without you checking them out, you know, without you ringing them up. Let's say they got a check. I mean, a machine ain't going to take care of your check, you know. They got to put the machine in, tell it how much you wrote it for, make sure it's valid, and then say, all right, go ahead and sign this off. And so someone is doing that for you to make sure everything goes smoothly, you know. They're taking the time to make sure that it's all done right, okay? Because if we just did our job, we could just put it in the machine, pull it out, say, all right, go. Pull it in, take it out, go, okay? That's not doing your job. Doing your job well means doing it with passion, okay? So if you're in the back room and you just push it out and say, all right, let's get it out, that's doing your job, okay? But let's say you did your job well, okay? You'd sort it out. You'd make sure the product that was dated older went out first, okay? Made sure everything was new. Made sure the products that were sorted to get out in a different time were put in a different location to make it more efficient. That's doing your job well, okay? Let's say you were given a task, right? And you that's the only task you was given, okay? Are you going to take 8 hours to do it? Yeah, you could, but why? When you know that there's other things to be doing to keep something going, okay? Keep people happy. Do you know how else you're going to advance in your job? Because you're going to do your work hard. Every moment of that day, there's always someone watching you, okay? They're not walking behind you, watching you, but they're watching you from aisles, they're watching you from the back, they're watching you from your other workers, they're watching you from other people. They're watching you, okay? And if you do your job well, you will be rewarded. And you won't be rewarded, well, you'll be rewarded in one of three ways. You'll be given recognition, you'll be given a paycheck, but more importantly, you'll be put into consideration for advancement later on. So if you do your job really well, you know, if you work the back room and you get everything out on the floor quick, and then you keep pushing stuff back in, make sure it goes in the right place and all that, you know, they may consider you for a supervisor and say, okay, well, you know your job, you could do it well. Let's make you ahead of it, but keep making your job as the way it is. Wouldn't you like that? You get paid more. You become more important. People look up to you. Why would you go to a job where you just get paid as opposed to going to a job where they look up to you and say, you know what, does this look all right? I got a quick question for you. What needs to be done? All right, so we take care of this. If you could you make sure that this gets all done too as well? Yeah, no problem. You know, that's doing your job well. That's not doing your job. It's doing your job well, okay? And if you do your job well, the rest of it's a piece of cake, you know? And some people, it might be a little challenging at first. You know, I understand that. You might be new. You might just have joined the job. You know, the first couple of weeks, the thing that you need to do is you need to learn how the system works, okay? Because I don't know if you realize this, but every cashier, every stocker, every floor attendant, every sales associate, even every person in a food-related industry has to know the system well. And to know the system well, you know the efficiency of what you're doing, okay? And if you get it efficient and you do it right and quick, then they'll count on you to do a lot of other stuff. And if they do that, then like I said, you'll move up the ladder. And people want that, okay? People want you to move up the ladder quicker than a lot of other people because they know you'll stick around and you'll be a good asset to the company, okay? And the benefits will keep going up and up and up, you know? It's not just like, you know, oh, I've got a new label, a new lane tag. You'll get a lot of other stuff. Now, I ain't condoning and saying that you should do that because you'll get more perks. What I am saying is that you'll become a better person to the company that they rely on you for. Okay? When you go to a job and you go for an interview, right? They ask you a bunch of questions. Do you know why? Because they want to make sure that you're not just some Joe Schmo who just wants to get in there, make the money, and get the heck out. Okay? Because that's not right. That's not good workmanship. You know? And it goes a long way. And it just don't go for stuff at work. Alright? So I'll give you a prime example. Alright? Take a relationship, for example. Alright? If you just do the minimum, you check up on them. No, not even that. If you just say hello and talk to them. If you just, you know, if it's a birthday, say happy birthday. If they're crying, you ask what's wrong. That's doing the bare minimum, okay? But when there's 5 or 6 other guys that she could or he could be with, guys, girls, he or she could be with, what's stopping her from going to those other guys to you? Do you know what that is? It's the care and concern and passion in you. It's the same thing you do at work. So, if you check up on them, see how they're doing, let them know that they're cared for, let them know that they got a good heart, even just let them know that they matter to you, you know, it just, in all aspects of life, you know, because if I tell you, subscribers, that I want you to watch my video, well, that's just kind of being selfish, right? As opposed to all them other million videos that are out there. The reason that I would like you to watch my video is because I truly care about y'all. You know, if there's a problem, if there's an issue, you know, it's not that I want something to go my way. It's I want y'all to make sure that you got love and passion for each other. That's what it's all about. Because I'm working hard. I'm not working at this. I'm working hard at this. It's the same thing with everybody else. So if you just work really hard at this, you'll do fine. You know, and the rest of it will just come to you like easy as pie. You know, the hellos, the going out to places, you know, all that other stuff, it'll just come naturally to y'all. And it's not that hard, you know. Everybody just like, I'm so tense, I don't know what to do. The first date, I don't feel like me. Do you know why you stress out? Because you think, well, there's a standard. And yeah, there might be a standard, but why just work for the standard when you can work for the extraordinary? Make sense? So if you work for the extraordinary, the standard will be non-existent. I guarantee you. Alright? So this whole week, I want to challenge you to something. The next time you have a task, or you're told to do something, don't do it because you were told to do it. Do it right, and work hard at it. And watch what happens. Okay? Well, this has been Little C. I love every one of my subscribers and the folks that come in and watch my videos. If you don't like it, I understand. Everybody's got their opinions. If you don't subscribe to me, I understand that too. I'm not going to, you know, down you for it. I'm not going to down you for not liking it, not commenting. You know, I'm trying to help you. That's the whole point of these videos, okay? So that's why I'm saying that when you do something next time, when you're at work, when you're at the house, when you're out with friends, when you're out, you know, just doing a natural thing, don't do a task because it needs to be done. Do a task well because it means something to whoever it has to come from. Okay? It's the same thing with raising kids. You don't just raise them. You raise them right, and you raise them a better way. And so it all turn into a better generation. Right? So, I love all of you, and I hope to see you all next week. And hopefully, I will be giving y'all another video. So, make sure you check up on that one, alright? Take care. Adios, y'all.